my teammates, like I said, my teammates give me shots. You know, Big Guy, Mook, Trez, all of them, they set screens for me, and then I got point guards that pass the ball well. So I just try to make plays off of that. You know, I don't try to force it too much, and you know, I just felt like I need to. And not really take it upon myself, but just try to make plays for us, because you know, I felt like we were kind of dead a little bit, and I just wanted to do that. Whether it was me scoring or me passing, I just wanted to be aggressive, and you know, it just happened that I scored those points. But you know, it comes down to a lot of good screens and good passes. That's what it comes down to.
Frank, what was what you got on senior night? You guys usually sometimes seniors don't start out too well because they're still feeling emotional, but you guys started out really well. But then the game sort of got a little ragged. What was happening?
I don't know. I just feel like we're ready to play in, you know, any situation. Like, honestly, I couldn't care less if we did the senior day stuff. You know, I'm just ready for the basketball game. I think that's how our whole team is. And we started out good, and I feel like we kind of got comfortable, you know, so everybody started playing kind of slow, and we let them ease their way back into the game, and that's what happened. We kept the lead the whole time. So.
Was it just like, what, did you know that Montana State had won earlier in the day? Or?
Well, Montana State?
Yeah, so they won. We knew.
Yeah, so that meant you.
But it had nothing to do. We didn't talk about it or nothing. I just felt like, you know, it's hard to make runs on them because we score a basket and they hold the ball for 20 seconds. So then we're dead. We're just standing on D, and then they shoot it, and then we go score a basket and they hold the ball for 30 more seconds. So it's kind of hard to get going. You know what I mean? And so they did a good job. Their coach did a good job of trying to slow us down. You know what I mean? So they did a good job. So I think that kind of messed us up a little bit, but I think Coach Ray said in the locker room, I mean, good teams can play different ways. You know, when he found a way to win, that's a game that you're really not going to blow them out because you can't get on runs. They just hold the ball the whole time. So we found a way, and that's what happened.
When they did cut it down to one, did it ever occur into your mind that, you know, this is my final home game, you wanted to take over at that point in time?
It did. I remember just, I didn't say nothing to Mook, but I just looked at him and just embraced the moment. I think I was standing at half court, and I was just like, this is what we want. We don't want a blowout. We want a good game, a good basketball game. We love it, yeah, exactly. And we're just looking. I just looked at Mookie. I think he was just standing over there, and I'm just looking like this is gonna be the last time I play with him here. You know, this is my brother. I love him. So I definitely wanted to win. You know, so at that moment I'll keep. You know what I mean? But it was a 1-point game, and I just felt like I could try to make some plays and make it happen. So.
Mook, that last play, it looked like you guys were coming down the court. It looked like you really wanted the lob for the dunk there.
I wanted it bad, man.
Hey, but you know his knees are bad, so the guy was coming from behind, so I thought he was going to get undercut some, so I'm going to take care of it.
I mean, it's all right. I mean, it would have been kind of, you know, like
a way to go out.
Yeah, I mean, not that. I feel like we would have been showboating if we would have did that anyway, so I mean, it was a smart play. We got a lot more games today. We got a goal in mind, and if I would have got hurt, that would have been
By stopping there, you guys give Coach a chance to call timeout and get a final ovation. What did that feel like to walk off the court with that?
It feel good, man. I got the chills, man. Just hearing the crowd go crazy and stuff, you know, I got the chills. Whenever you be able to come back next year and play again. But unfortunately,
what did it mean to you personally, Mook, that, you know, you've overcome a lot of adversity in your career, and here you are starting every single game this season and finishing an undefeated Big Sky homestand?
Man, it's big. Like, it's truly a blessing because I even this year, like, I've been through some injuries a lot of people probably don't know about. So I personally haven't been able to play the way I wanted to play, but I've been able to do what I can do to help my team and stuff. And it's just truly a blessing for God to be able to give me a chance to enjoy this final season of college with my teammates. So.
You brought up, you got a goal in mind now, you got to go to Missoula, which is a tough place to play if you're going to be in Montana. You got games before that, I know, but what's your going up there? What's the mindset of going up?
My mindset, one game at a time. We can't look past anybody. That's why we lost those 2 games this year. I feel like we were kind of looking past Montana State, looking forward to going to play at Montana, and we ended up slipping up on those 2 games. So we learned from our mistakes. And NAU last week also helped us to, you know, learn not to look past anybody.
So you guys you had that bad weekend in Montana, but you kept the heat on them the whole season, and they've responded and won. But looking at the way this has unfolded, what are your thoughts about going up there and trying to get the job?
It's going to be tough. It's going to take a great team effort. We have to come ready to play, which I know we will. You know what I mean? It's a tough place to play. I feel like, you know, we got 2 games to take care of it before we even get to the championship. You know what I mean? A lot of things can happen in between then. You know what I mean? There's good teams in this league. They have good players that can come out and be hot and knock off somebody. So we got to take care of business on Thursday and Friday to get to Saturday. I feel like we're confident. You know what I mean? We're a good team. We felt like whether we play here, whether we play there, we feel like we're going to get the job done. That's not being overconfident. It's not taking nothing from no one else. That's just what we feel as a team. I mean, we just talk about it. We'll sit there and think and just imagine just winning, how it's going to feel. And so we just believe it's going to happen. And so that's what we got to do. And I think that's what me and Mook tried to do, just make our team believe. You know what I mean? You got to believe everything.
What's the difference with you between last year, how you were feeling, and now?
I feel like last year, I mean, this year, this is nothing I've been a part of. I mean, our team, our teammates, man, we're brothers. You know what I mean? I felt like last year we were a close-knit group, but it was nothing like this year. And I've never been a part of this ever in my life. You know what I mean? On a basketball team, and it's real love in the locker room. It really is. You know, we care for each other. That we're brothers. I mean, so. It's a different feeling because we feel like we're going there together. You know what I mean? You got to be your team has to beat 13 of us. You know what I mean? You're not beating 1 or 2 players. You know, you're beating 13 of us. And if you can do that, it's good luck. You know what I mean? So that's what I feel the difference is we got 13 people on the same page and we have one goal. So.
What about meant for you personally, as far as taking that sort of a bad taste out of your mouth after last year?
Yeah, that's all I think. I don't sleep at night. I think of losing. Championship, I think of losing twice in Montana, and I mean, that's all I think about is that feeling of losing in the locker room. I remember sitting in the locker room talking to Dame, and it's just tears in my eyes because I just felt bad, like I didn't help him enough to get it done. You know, feel like this year I'm over that. You know what I mean? I'm over that feeling. I still feel it, but I want to feel the joy. You know, I want those tears of joy. So hopefully we can get that.
You know, Scott, this team's lost 5 in a row in Missoula, and you've been a part of 3 of those. Do you think, with the 2-point loss, it seemed like you guys were still figuring it out there in Missoula? Do you think you finally figured out how to play well there?
I feel like we did. We need to attack. You know, I think a lot of us in the past, and me personally, you kind of let the game come to you, and you know, you kind of get caught up maybe in the crowd, or things don't happen right the way you want them to. And I feel like we gotta attack. You know what I mean? Be aggressive, and if it doesn't go your way, keep attacking, and that's how we got to play. And I feel like we did that up there later in the second half. We just kind of too late. You know, I wish we could have done it earlier in the first half, but we played them tough. They're a good team, so I feel like we can just attack from the start, and we'll have a good chance.
Are there any coach said before the season he told you it could be maybe your funnest year you've had in basketball, and from just enjoying the game? Has it been that for you?
Yeah, by far the best year of my life, my career, everything. And I think it's not just because of me. You know what I mean? It's my teammates, it's my brothers. It really is. I mean, if people would see how close we are and we really love each other, man. And you know, I feel like that atmosphere. You come to practice every day, you love it. You know, sometimes I love my son, I love my wife, but sometimes I want to go to practice, go hang out in the locker room because it's so fun. Like we just talk, have fun, it's just like with your brother. So I think that this definitely is the best year of my life because of the dudes in the locker room that made it that way. So.
You said that the NAU game, the overtime game, kind of taught you guys a lesson. And now it looks like you guys are going to have to play them again.
Yeah. Well,
what do you take from that game?
I know we're not going to overlook them this time. I know that. We're going to come out and try to put it on and put them away early. If we don't and we slip up, you know, we can lose a game. So we're not trying to do that. We got a goal in mind. That's trying to win this, you know, Big Sky championship.
You know, Mook, you got that fat head out there. You gonna track that down?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it and take it home.
I want mine too. I'm going to hang down what's those things, the fat heads on the wall?
Yeah.
I'm going to hang that.
I think it's too big for my room, honestly.
Hey guys, are there any former players that you might have played summer ball against that you attribute a lot of
Yeah, there's this guy we used to call it